Alright, so this is my IQuniz-ZX1. This is a 10.6 liter small form factor chassis. This is the water-cooled version, so it can house natively a 240mm on the top. Today we are going to be upgrading my custom loop. So I've been running this computer with a 3060 Ti and a 12600K for a little bit of time now, so I've decided to go with the newly released AMD 7900 XTX. As you can probably tell, and for those who know, a single 240mm radiator is not going to cut it for both the new GPU and the actual CPU. So the plan of today is to leave the CPU underwater and keep the GPU, the new GPU, as air-cooled version. I'm still working on a way of fitting a 280mm on top of this chassis. And this is going to be a second part, let's say, to this video. So once I figure how to put that 280, I'm actually designing a new plate to fit everything. Once this is done, I will then buy the block and put the GPU in the loop as well. But today, we will leave it as air-cooled, change the pump, keep the CPU as it is, and just upgrade everything. So I'm going to be linking every of the component I'm going to be using today in the description to make it way easier, because that's going to be a very long list of very long names. So if you want to buy any of the things that I use in this video, you can find them in the description. So yeah, I think this is enough of blah blah for today, and yeah, let's do this. Alright, so this is the result, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually super happy. It turns out really cool. I was a little bit worried when I started doing the first test fitting for the GPU, and I was thinking it's actually not gonna fit the chassis. But yeah, everything fits. It's super cool. This computer is a beast. I'm impressed. I'm blown away. So prior to this 3060 Ti, I used to play on a laptop, and before this I had a old GTX 980. So yeah, for me this is a big jump. So this is also the first time I'm using the QUADRO, so to monitor the temperature of the water inside of the components, and then scale your fans to this temperature instead of your component temperature. The reason being having something a lot more stable, because the temperature of the water is not going to move that quickly, as opposed to, for example, the GPU, who's going to have 60, then 50, then 60 again, because of the scenes that you're loading on your game or the things you're doing. So you would have your fan ramping up and ramping down all the time. So yeah, this is the first time for me using this, and I have to admit that this is a big change. Silent wise, it's insane. It's extremely quiet. There is no more Hoover style sounds when I'm doing something like playing Forza and then starting a race, and then it starts blowing super hard, and then after 20 seconds nothing. So this is really cool. I have a soundbar on my desk that I use when I play, more like story-based games or Forza. These are, kind of like chilling on a Sunday, and it's super comfortable. Temperature wise, I'm also very impressed. So the GPU rarely breaks 70 degrees. So I'm playing 2K, so I'm playing 1440p. So I have a large screen, I have a secondary screen, I have a couple of things on the computer, and I was expecting it to be pretty warm, but these new coolers are very good. I think the hottest I've seen playing video games, just normal, no stress tests, no synthetic benchmarks, was 72 degrees, and it's insane. It's really good. I know it's not the best on the market, but coming from the 3060 Ti, this is really good. For reference, the Gigabyte that I have, that I had actually, that card, air-cooled, was easily going to 7680 in this specific configuration, in this chassis. So, for me, when I started seeing these numbers, I was blown away. I was like, this is really good. And I know that NVIDIA did even better, so it's really nice to see, especially for small computers, because, if you have a big tower, no big deal. Enough airflow, it's good. For small chassis, you have a lot more restrictions, so having a very good air-cooled design is a key, honestly. And the CPU on its own, on this 240, is just chilling. It's rarely breaking 60 degrees, so no problem. So yeah, actually very impressed, very happy. Next step is going to be, as I said at the beginning, figuring how to fit my 280, so a little bit more detail on that if you want. I'm designing a brand new plate that you can see. Okay, hold on, I have to see, yeah, right here. So I'm redesigning this whole plate that is made for 240s to fit the 280 that I have, that is, as far as I'm aware, the only one that can fit lengthwise. Because again, it's designed around the 240, so the 280 being longer, it's a little bit more tricky, but I found one that works. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that on the side in the meantime, and then once I figure how to fit everything, I will buy the block for that GPU, and then yeah, we will upgrade again this computer. But yeah, I was thinking of changing the computer, like the case, the chassis, a few months ago, thinking, with the new generation of GPU and new generation of CPUs, it's probably not going to be enough anymore unless I'm just gonna air-cooled, which is not really what I want to do. And no, I'm surprised to see that it's still viable, even if there are a lot of restrictions. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Again, everything that I use in this video is gonna be in the description below, so if you need something, just go there, grab what you want. If you have questions, please feel free to ask them to me. I'm gonna be answering the comment in the chat. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the next one.